Hi and welcome back to my solo playthrough of John Carpenter's They Live, Assault on Cable 54. Unfortunately, I haven't received any replies on my questions on the Geek, which is very unusual, as most of you know. Either really the game doesn't get a lot of love, or it simply hasn't been delivered, which I think is the more likely thing. So I will have to continue my playthrough now with a lot of assumptions, mainly around Nada's hand cannon here. I really read this card, I don't know, 10 more times or so, and still haven't figured things out. I will play it now as I originally suspected, that I simply can transform two chew bubblegums in a combat role into basically two white kick-ass. I mean, it's really, it should be a powerful reward for completing my personal story, and this seems to be a very powerful weapon in the end, or effect in the end, so that's how I will play it. Again, if this question will be answered at some point in time, maybe long after I have completed my playthrough, I will have to leave a comment in the Klingon subtitles or so. But yeah, for now I will play it this way. And similarly, I will also basically stick to the ruling that I'm not allowed to trade those Hoffman tokens or Hoffman lenses between characters. But I think apart from that, I'm in an okay shape, at least rules-wise, and I must not forget the special action from our breaking news card here. We can test our influence, and on a pass we will gain a random ally. Know thy neighbors. And I think that's really what I need to do. The next question is, do I want to change the resistance leader or not? And maybe I do, just because of this invader sniper here. Right now they are with the Zodiac Club, but they can freely move out of that space. And one thing I also did forget was, I think in respect to Frank here, he laid low, I believe, twice during the last video, but in both instances there were enemies present, and you are not allowed to lay low if there is an enemy present. So the only thing I can take it back is simply to give him two of those tokens back. And this is now all the more reason now to maybe... Again, they could gang up on this invader sniper here. This is allowed, so you can go for a team effort. And right now I don't know what those guys are. I do know they have to move out here, because they will basically not go in. They're not going to make that. No, absolutely not. So maybe I should... They want to go to the Hilltop housing, right? With their next thing for their personal case file. So let's start with the Zodiac Club now. So let's change the starting player to them, just to move. I think they have to move out for sure. So they get a free move to move in here. And then they get a basically taking a second action to move in there. Then they will take their, let's call it, special action from the breaking news card. So they're rolling for the influence, which unfortunately only is a 2, but it's a free thing, or potential free thing. It's still a full action for them. But they... Awesome! Wow, they made it. They only get... I think it's not per success, right? On a pass. It's exactly only on a pass. So let's see until we find... That's an ally. Awesome, the undercover cop. But for them it's the most useful thing, I guess. I've seen some crazy stuff undercover and I'm ready to help the resistance. I mean, +3 on stealth is great, but they already have a stealth of 4. On the other hand, we could scrap it in or exchange it for scrap, or we will send it to the resources. That's another 3 things in a stealth chest doing the final assault in the end. So I will totally take it. So nicely done. Then it's Nada here at the campsite, and I think he wants to stay here. First of all, he will lay low. He's allowed to do that. There are no enemies, so he's losing one of his wanted tokens. And then I guess he's also going to roll for the influence test for a potential other ally. So that's 3 dice for him. So let's see. That's also a success. Nice. Let's see what we find. That's a weapon. That's an item. That's another item. The scumbag lawyer. Some more university, right? Definitely a cool one, a +2 on their influence. And this could be a cool ally to gain those protesters over here at the downtown billboard. If you would be able to influence them, they will help us in our final assault. So that wasn't a bad find at all. Then it's Frank. His free move will lead him here. And I think the idea is to try to get rid of the invader sniper here. Yeah. He will lay low, for sure. Now he can do that finally, and then he will, with his normal move or with a move action move, into this space. And I don't know how tough that invader sniper there is, but I have faith in him. Oh, but then he's not rolling for his, but he's only rolling one die anyway. No, I think I'm fine. But it's a freebie, right? So yeah, let's, instead of laying low, we give it back to him. He doesn't come off. It's a freebie. I think we really should roll that die for him. And no, it's not good enough, unfortunately, but I think it was still worth it. And then last but not least, it's Dr. Myra ready. And she wants to move up to the construction site up there for her next thing. So with her free movement, she will move in here. For one normal movement, she will move in here. She could now go for laying low, but I think that's not. I think we are also rolling the die for her. She's also only with one influence, but I still think it's worth it. So finally, we get to use our actions in a meaningful way. Love that. Okay, that wasn't good enough either, but I think overall, we did get 2 allies this round from this card. So I think overall, that's not too bad. Cool. Then we are moving into the response phase. They won't move, he won't move, he won't move, and they won't move. Because again, there's nothing in that area here, nothing in that area here, and he already has someone here. So the only actual fight we see is here with Frank and the invader sniper. So let's see what we are dealing with. So let's flip that one over. 2 stealth. Can he do that? No, he will not be able to make it. So he's losing one. And I think I also cheated a little bit during the last video with Nada. He should have rolled 1 less die, but I think that's still okay. Yeah, 3 wound, and the raid support right now we are not caring about. But wow, each player in the same area instantly takes 1 wound. Oof, that's not bad. And they are rolling, wow, 3 combat dice. These guys are actually tough, and we are losing 1 now. So that's a bummer. So overall, we are rolling 5 dice. The base value plus the 2 from this pickaxe here. -1 this time, I won't forget. So yeah, that won't happen. So yeah, we need 3 successes to go out of this encounter unharmed, and 2! Oh, that's awfully close. But yeah, nothing I can do about it. So we, oops, I keep knocking over. These are really big, actually. That's why I don't know, throw them over. Unfortunately, we didn't roll 3 successes. We are basically getting the difference in respect to wound tokens on ourselves, but that's okay. So we are getting 1 wound on Frank, who can take up to 7. So right now he's still fine. I think this was the response phase. Then we are moving into the location phase with the Zodiac Club here. They're at a generic location, and we are now at the north side of town, so we are dealing with the topmost box of this card. You stop to grab a sandwich from one of the stores when suddenly someone opens fire outside. "You're all with them," the gunman screams. "They're not even wearing glass. They're just gunning down humans and invaders alike. You need to stop them." Okay, a combat check for them. That's bad. It's only 1 die. So that's most likely not going to happen. And nope, not good enough. You run straight at the gunmen, getting close enough to engage them in a fist fight, but they have you beat. You manage to escape but sustain. Oh, an injury. I think that's the first injury card we are drawing. Let's see. It's a black eye. Okay, this doesn't sound bad, actually. That's quite a shiner. The puffiness of your eyelids is making it hard to see. You can't use tokens. Okay, until here, that's fine. Can't use classes until here. Okay, that's fine. The next time you roll a die on a basically white or blue kick, as you can discard this card instead of recovering damage, but you can still lose a wanted token. Okay, I think that's not the end of the world for him, but at least we were able to show you some more stuff of this game. This was the encounter for the Zodiac Club. Then it's Nada here at the campsite. The campsite's television is being used to pick up messages broadcast by a new hacker looking to rebuild the local resistance group. That was until the damn thing went down on the fritz. The locals find you and ask you for help to fix it. Check engineering, which I think because of his scientist is now a 3, so not terrible. So let's see, 3 dice. And yeah, there's a success. You use various bits of scrap to repair the area. The leader rewards you with 1 scrap. Now that's not bad, because we have now also successfully completed a normal encounter. We are also allowed to pick this one up, so we are now at 2. So we might want to meet with Myra ready and give her those things, for example. Oh, that's nice. Okay, that feels a little bit like progress at least. Next it would be Frank, but he is engaged with an enemy, so we are not seeing an encounter here, so it's basically over to Dr. Myra ready at the projects. A woman with a broken arm tells you that a police patrol has just attacked her and taken her belongings. She offers you a reward if you can return them. Check stealth, which is 2 for her, right? Yes, 2. So let's see, let's roll some dice, and no, she failed. Which again means we are not able to pick up this scrap. This is bad. You are caught in the act by the officers, +1 wanted. Okay, maybe also not the end of the world, but again, that doesn't feel like progress. Okay, but I guess this was the location phase. Last but not least, we are dealing with our propaganda phase. So we are drawing a new breaking news card, new leads, and we are losing an hour, which right now is still okay. So we're at 4 p.m. Then we see a raid, and I have completely forgotten where is which one. So the merry one will kick in, and the problem now is that we do have raid support, but I think no, here we won't have a raid. I think that's lucky. Yeah, we might get some more wanted tokens, but apart from that, I think that's it. So let's start here with this one. Again, I believe this was the obey one, but nothing will happen there anyway. No, that's the consume one. Nope. But then up there, it should be the obey. I think we haven't changed that, right? I think, yeah, there's the obey. Hard to see, but it's there. But down here we have a new one, actually, on Mr. Johnson, and that's also obey. So only the consume would kick. Then we are spawning 2 more scrap. 1 here, and 1 goes to 20 over here. So far we don't have any duplicates, so that's a little bit of a bummer. And then we have our event, which again says new leads. An increase in anonymous tips being called into the LAPD has given them significant new leads that they believe will help take down a criminal network. An officer told us that this elusive terrorist group has been growing exponentially over the last few weeks, but the vigilance of the public has given them the break they needed in tackling the issue head-on. The public have spoken. They will not stand idly by while some take advantage and ignore the law. The group must collectively take 3 wanted tokens. Then up next, the magician tells us why he quit the circus and took to the streets. Nice. Okay, we have to deal with 3. I think I will give 2 to the Zodiac Club, and then 1 more. Does it matter right now? I think I will give 1 more to Frank, because he has a way of getting rid of those. I haven't used it yet, but he's engaged with a raid support or with a enemy there anyway, so I think for him that is okay. But that's basically the round. Let's definitely do 1 more. Are we going to change the lead investigator? Was almost the resistance leader. I'm somewhat inclined to start with Frank next. I would definitely want to get rid of them now. I think that needs to happen. No, let's leave everything as it is. Which means the Zodiac Club goes first with their free move. They will move to the hilltop housing. Then they will lay low with their first action. No enemy there. This time I will not forget. And I guess with their second action, they're going to, let's call it, equip the undercover cop, but not though fast the next time you lay low, which we just did. Actually, we are allowed to roll that die. And if we're rolling a kick ass of any color, we will get rid of that black eye here. And as they currently do have a Hoffman lenses token, I think it would make, yes, awesome. So we are able to get rid of that. Nice. And then we are moving to the second action and we'll equip the undercover cop. Yeah, why not? I mean, it doesn't matter. Then it's Nada. And I'm inclined to move over here to give her stuff. The scumbag lawyer, for example. Maybe. And she could take care of those protesters. Oh, she wants to move up to the construction site, actually. But the problem is there is the invader cleanup team. So, and Nada can't make it there, right? No, 1, 2. That's a bummer. I mean, I think she should be able to deal with those. I mean, she has the RP submachine. I think that is okay. So he will move, free move, normal move. And then I guess we are going for a trade action, right? And we will give her the scumbag lawyer for now. And we could also hand over her those 2 scrap tokens. She can use those. I think let's do that. No, it's either or. We cannot trade both. It's either 1 resistance card or up to 2. So no, in this case, let's give her this resistance card. I think so. Yeah. That's fine. And then it's Frank. And again, there is nothing he can do. The problem is he has this awesome wrench here, but he cannot equip it. It goes to the offhand because the pickaxe is a 2-handed item and he can't lay low. So yeah, that would be another lull turn, it seems, right, for him. But I think we really want to get rid of those. So okay, it is what it is. He will do nothing then, I guess. And then it's Dr. Myra ready with a free move. She's moving up here. Then with her first action, she's equipping the scumbag lawyer to her ally slot. She might actually use those. I think that's not too bad actually for her. And then with her normal move action, she's moving to the construction site here, hopefully getting rid of this invader cleanup team. Oh, okay, no, wait a second. Before we do that, I see that now. The invader officer will also move in here. Oh, that's bad, actually. She will not be able to. I mean, you have to do that 1 by 1. She is fully healed. She has a good weapon, actually. Let's do that. Yeah, absolutely. They will not fight simultaneously. You have to fight them one after another. So I think we should be okay with that. So again, this will here move in here, and from what I understand, we will do this. I think we have to fight them here. At least that's how I understand the rules. Might be terribly wrong. And then we are resolving those fights. I think Frank is basically... No, she is last. So we'll have to resolve this fight here first. Again, we can ignore the stealth check. He's simply losing 1 die, which means he's rolling 4 dice, and we are looking for 1 success, and that's 2 good enough. So those guys are no more. Amazing. And we still get to roll the intelligence, which is 3 for him. And again, for each success rolled here, we are getting one. I think it's simply 1 resistance card. Again! Oh no! This is so useless and pointless. Spending 2 turns there. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure I will go down. But again, it's a learning exercise for me, and hopefully you learn from my mistakes. But yeah, at least we have a free financial district, and we will have an encounter there. Let's see what this is worth it. Then it's Dr. Myra ready. She has to start fighting the invader cleanup team. Right, so let's see. She's losing 2 stealth basically from here because of her wanted token, which means she's still rolling 2 dice for the stealth check. It's at least something. Oh, come on, this was a white kicker. So we are losing 1 die. And then she's doing the combat. So she has 6 in total. If she's using that weapon, she will gain 1 wanted token, which could be a problem for the next result, but we failed the test anyway. So it's 5 dice for her in total. Still not terrible. We will park those dice. We will take 5 fresh dice. 3 plus 3. Yeah, 3 plus 3. And 2 successes. I take it, though. This is enough to take those out. Right? Awesome. Then we have to deal with the invader officer. Basically the same thing. We now have 3 wanted tokens. We have a stealth of 4. We would roll 1 die, so we can basically skip that. And what does it say? This enemy's combat raises to 3 if your wanted level is 2 or higher, which it is. Okay, so we need 3 successes. But honestly, I don't see how this would affect that, because yeah, I think I still need to roll. I think the thing is I need to roll more hits. Yeah, I think I need to roll. The rules really say I need to roll more successes than they have health. Then it is killed. At least I think. Let's simply roll some dice. And that's 2. So that's not good enough, actually. But then again, the flowchart helped. Did you roll, basically roll combat, which we did. Did you roll equal or more successes than the enemy health value? The health value is 2 and only the combat level was raised to 3. So again, this simply doesn't make sense, because again, we rolled 2, which means enemy, yes, that's a yes. Enemy is killed, so it's not going to do that. Enemy takes 1 damage for each success you rolled. That's another very unclear thing. Maybe this enemy's health should be increased by 3, because again, I killed the enemy now. And there is no point, because if I wouldn't have rolled 3, then it would be dead anyway, right? Yeah, some of those cards and tokens are not properly worded. There we really need some FAQs and erratas for those. So for now I will assume I will follow this flowchart here. So this enemy is dead, and I think I get to roll my intelligence for each enemy. At least I think. Also very unclear. So we are rolling 3 dice for the cleaning team, and yeah, that's a fail. And then we are rolling 3 dice. That's at least 1 for the cop. So we are getting 1 resistance card, and these are technical manuals. A collection of tattered manuals covering various televisions, computers, and radios, equipped to offer +2 engineering. Okay, if we need that, I take it. And now we have basically 2 things we can, or 3 things we can look at with our Hoffman lenses. So I guess that's not bad at all. So those guys are no more, which means we're moving into the location phase with the Zodiac Club, and they will go after their case file, right? The Hilltop housing. Rosie McDowell's parents have begun to act out of the ordinary. Once a day they have some strangers over, the curtains are drawn and Rosie is sent away. Rosie tells the Zodiac Club about the meetings, hoping that taking them such an intriguing mystery will help her become a member. A few of you cycle over her house before the meeting starts. You get out your 2-way radios and wrap one in tape so that the button is held down. It's now up to Rosie to hide well enough in her lounge. We are checking stealth, which is 7 for them. So they're 4 plus 3 actually. That's a lot. 4, 7 dice. I mean, it should be possible, right? And yes, it is. Rosie casually drops the radio behind the sofa. You listen in as they discuss the invader plan. You now know these meetings are happening in ordinary houses. +1 stealth. So they are now moving to 5 stealth already. Not bad. Again, we might need those during the last final assault or so, but it's also important because it's basically their first completed case file. And up next they need to move to the mall, basically down here. That's quite a distance. They really have to move very long distances for their personal story, but okay. Then it's Nada here at the projects. Over here, a group has gathered in one of the homes to plan a protest. Their idea is to take to the streets and tell the public about the recent police brutality. They have an old battered microphone and amp, neither of which work. They've asked for your assistance. Okay, again we are checking our engineering, which unfortunately still is only a 2, and I really do want this scrap token. Come on, no! Yeah, that's not gonna happen. You wiggle the cables, but nothing seems to work. Okay, that's so bad. This would have been the 3rd token, and he would have been able to build a Hoffman lenses, and he really needs them. He has so many different items and weapons and allies. That's really tough. Then it's Frank at the financial district. Let's see what he encounters there. The Citibank contains a number of safe deposit boxes used by the social elite. This is a good opportunity to see if there's something useful you can borrow. Each is secured with a keypad and 4-digit pin. Check intelligence. That's a 3 for him. So, oops, I keep knocking those over. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. 3 dice and This is terrible. This is really terrible. You try guessing different combinations but are caught by security. Okay, we are getting one more wound actually, bringing us to 2. Okay, not the end of the world. And last but not least, it's Dr. Myra ready here and she's going after her last case file, hopefully at least. Your investigations have led you to the construction site. Roberto Martinez was a key part of the Hoffman Lenses production team. His wig and fake moustache are almost enough to fool you into thinking you've made a mistake, but you notice the recognition in his eyes the second he sees you. You've got the wrong person, lady. My name is Joseph, he lies, casually pushing his wheelbarrow. I'm just a fella trying to get on with his job. You need to find a way to get through to him. Check stealth, which... Oh, I think I made a mistake actually. This scumbag lawyer doesn't give us stealth, it gave us influence. I think it didn't matter in the end too much, at least I hope. Yeah, but again, her stealth is 2 now, real stealth. So, again, we are hoping for the best. Come on, you can do that. Yes, amazing. So that's her 3rd one she's successfully completing. If I found you, then they will too. You show him that there are ways to hide better and explain how you can help. He thanks you and agrees to help your cause. +1 stealth, which, okay, not a bad thing. But again, this is her 3rd card now. So let's bring out her case file completion. No, that's not the completion one. This one is, again, I'm not reading either side to you because again we have a human result and an invader result, but again we get the Hoffman Lenses 2.0 schematic item, and we're getting this from the special item deck, which basically is this one. Again, we have basically 2 versions of this, and as I don't know which one is which, yeah, I will deal with it similarly to what I decided for NADA. Streamline design and making them easier to produce. Equip to often reduces the cost of producing items to 1. And again, we can in theory give that over to someone else because she already has a discount. Now that's nice. That's really a nice one. That's one I understand. A simple man like me, I understand these simple terms. Nice, I take that. Cool. Okay, those were all the encounters in the location phase, and we are moving into the breaking news step. Okay, again, we are losing an hour, so we are already at 5 p.m. Is the next one? Yeah, the next one is already a red one. By then we can start storming cable 54, but again, we have no additional items here whatsoever. I could simply go there and call it good just to show you how it's working. Maybe I should do that. There are so many unclarities in this very early run through of the game. I might really consider to keep things short and crisp. I may go down like crazy, or we may go down like flies there. Maybe something to consider actually. Next we have the raid phase, so we are looking at obey, right? I think this was consume, and I think this was actually an obey. Yeah, this is an obey, which is kind of bad because we have to, basically, we're not losing any items here, but Dr. Myra already is taking 2 of those. And I checked the rules in the meantime, and you can't have more than 10 of those wanted tokens. For any other or additional wanted tokens, you get a wound 1 by 1, basically. Let's see, I think down here at the Johnson billboard, oh, this was also an obey, which means NADA also takes 2 more of those. We have to do some control here. It's good that they do affect you in the end, so you have to deal with those, even though I totally missed that. But there are not a lot of opportunities to get rid of those. I mean, yes, you can lay low, and I think for each scrap you are basically expending when you lay low, you can then also lose some of those, but we really also need those scrap tokens for other useful stuff, right? And we are not terribly successful in getting any extra, so maybe I really need to start scrapping items here as soon as possible actually. But okay, then let's spawn some scraps. So we have one at 4 and one at 20. Oh, 20 now we have 2, so this could be a thing to have NADA go there. I think next round I do want to start with her because she can hand over the Hoffman lenses to NADA so he can build those. I think that's what we need to do. Yeah. Cool. But then let's deal with the healthcare crisis. A surge in gang violence, riots and police raids are being blamed for the increased pressure in hospitals. Medical professionals across LA are overwhelmed as they face the highest demand that they've seen in over a decade. Many patients are having to wait several hours for treatment, with some dangerously opting not to go at all. We are close to breaking point, one tired surgeon told us this afternoon. People need our help and we just can't get to them fast enough. We've asked the mayor to comment, but so far he has declined. Players with an injury card immediately suffer one wound. Good that we have gotten rid of the injury card. And in addition, spawn enemies at spaces 11 and 14 if the group wanted level exceeds 5. I think the group wanted level simply means one of the characters has 5. I think in this case, yeah, we have to do that. And up next, are you spending too much on groceries? We have top 10 tips to cut your monthly expenses. That's nice. So let's spawn those enemies at 11 and 14. Oh, and it seems we have more protesters here when spawn move to the nearest billboard location. So these guys will move up here, which definitely does make sense. And the other one goes to 14 over here at the police station. A human thug was just released or so from custody. Nice, but this is someone we can try to influence. And I think we are not allowed to flip them over, but I definitely expect, I think we need 2 successes to influence the human thug there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure about that. But that was the round. I think I will keep going actually, and I will speed things up because there is a plan I need to follow now, and if I'm not doing it today, I will forget that. So for this plan to work, we will hand over the resistance leader token to Dr. Myra ready. She has to go first, right? She gets her free movement and will move in here. Then she's going for a trade action and will hand over those Hoffman lenses schematics to Nada. In return, do we give... I think we are not handing over anything to her right now. No, let's not do that. But this was basically her action. She might get 1 token here. Let's see about that. Then it's the Zodiac Club who need to go down here to the mall. They could... Oh, they could in fact make it, right? Let's try that. Let's try that. So they have free movement here. Then they're using the special movement. So therefore they will get 1 wanted, which again, now I learned is not a good thing. And with their normal action, they will move down here to the mall. Let's see about that. Let's see about that. Then it's Nada. He will equip the Hoffman lenses here for that, and then they will for their second action, what is it called actually? There is a name for that. I think it's craft, to craft a class token, and because he has the Hoffman lenses equipped, to 1. So we are spending 1 of those in order to gain a Hoffman lenses. Problem is I cannot use it this round, so this is the only bound, but at least we have a token here. That's not bad. We could in fact use it to fight her and see who she is, because right now she's already on 5, and if we are losing her as an invader, this may not be the end of the world. And we have gotten her awesome Hoffman lenses here, so that's a... I think I may want to do that actually. Yeah. Why not? Cool stuff. Then this was Nada, right? And then it's Frank, and he wants to go to the cheap hotel. The problem is I have to be careful now actually, because if I move, I can move here because the protesters will move. Yeah, they will move closer to us actually, so one way or the other. First of all, we want to lay low. There are no enemies, so we get rid of 1 wanted and 1 wound. I think that goes without saying. Yeah, the thing is the free move. Let's do the free move for now. Let's do that, and then we still have a second move. If I go here, they are attacking us, and I'm pretty sure... Yeah, this is bad. I mean, it's only 2. We might survive that actually. Only 1 stealth. No, that's not gonna happen. For his second action, he could also craft a Hoffman lenses token. Let's do that actually. So we're spending the 2 scrap and basically go for Hoffman lenses as well. Yeah, why not? I think that's not bad at all. And those were all of the actions. Yeah, Dr. Ready started. Then we are moving into the response phase. First of all, they will move. They will move 1 space, 1, 2, 1, 2. I guess I get to choose in this case. I think I want to. It's the same thing. So they will move here to the thrift stores. That's my ruling. At least I think. We are not rolling any dice, so I can move in here safely next round. Cool. And down here, the human thug, they will move. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Also the same thing in the end, so I think we will move them here over to the mall. I think it doesn't say that they stay where they are. No, I think that is fair. Cool. This was the response phase for the enemies, and now I think I do want, she's first, she's not going to attack. Then it's the Zodiac Club, then it's Nada, and I think Nada is going to attack her. First of all, we are going to spend a Hoffman Lenses token, so he's going to spend that token, right? And then we are rolling stealth, right? And they're both basically rolling 1 die each. So let's see. We will start with Nada. That's a success. Okay, let's see. And then it is her. She's failing, so he rolled more than her in respect to, so which means she is suffering 1 die penalty. And I think, are we going to use weapons? He's rolling 7 dice already. I think we are not rolling using any weapons whatsoever. So again, Nada is rolling 7 dice already. Oh gosh, this could be brutal actually. And it's only 2 successes. Nice. Hopefully it works out. And then I think we are okay, because she's rolling now 2, because she's losing 1 of her, because of her, let's call it, failed stealth check. And that's only 1, which means she is suffering 1 wound. And that's exactly only 1 wound. And I think that's the perfect result now. So yes, attacker has basically left life point left. End of interaction for the defender. But we as the attacker, did you roll greater or equal combat successes than the defender? Yes, we did. If you spend a glasses token, yes, we did. You may use the Hoffman Lenses to check your opponent card. Let's do that. Awesome. So let's see how that works. And yes, we are seeing sunglasses. She is a human. Okay, good to know actually. Good to know. I think this was a very worthwhile action or encounter. I like that. So we have clarity that she is on our side. Nice. And I really must say that there are some mechanics in this game which I really enjoy, and this is one of those. I think this whole paranoia piece, who is who, works pretty well for a solo game, I must say. That's a job very nicely done, and I think if they simply come up with some clarifications on some of the, let's say, rules, unclarities, and some of the cards which I don't understand, I think this has the potential to be an outstanding and fun game. Really cool stuff. I like that. So let's move into the location phase. Myra doesn't have one because she lost a PvP encounter. Then it's the Zodiac Club down here at the mall, and again they will go for their case file. Hanging out at the mall is a popular pastime for the Zodiac Club. Today, however, a few of you are about to grab a burger when suddenly your dog, Hot Rod, starts chasing after a mouse. You can only just keep up with him as he speeds out the rear doors. The mouse finally escapes through a chain link fence. As you put Hot Rod back on his sled, you notice a series of trucks through the fence. They have blacked out windows and are being loaded with boxes from a basement under the mall. Something doesn't feel right. Check the engineering, which is 4 for them. So not shabby at all. Wow, that was pure tension. This die was really stuck and was spinning in the dice tower and then fell down. Really fun. Pass. You cut a hole in the fence with your trusty Swiss Army knife, then sneak into the back of the truck. The boxes are filled with those watches. This is how the invaders are distributing them. +1 engineering. Cool. I mean, every point helps. But then again, if they are invaders, yeah, they're working on the wrong side. But this was their second case file already, I take it. Where do they have to go next? Yes, of course, it's the thrift stores again. They really have to chase through the whole city, left and right, up and down, in order to complete their personal story. Nice. Then again, it's Nada at the projects. He can have an encounter there because he didn't lose the encounter. So let's see, it's the projects. The projects are filled with the sounds of crashing as police use a digger to knock down houses. As the officers leaves for a few moments, you spot an opportunity to sneak in and disable the digger. Okay, we are checking the computer skill or so, which again is 3 for him because of the scientist. And still not good enough. I think he needs 2 scientists. You get into the cab, but the officer returns before you can do anything. +1 wanted, bringing him to 5 already. And he was not getting the scrap token there. That's really the bummer. Twice in a row he missed that. That's bad. And then it's Frank at the construction site, basically the last encounter of the game. A sign outside the site says they are looking for someone to do some welding to the scaffolding. The 2 people that are trained haven't shown up to work and the supervisor needs the repairs done urgently. You offer your services. Check engineer, which is 5 dice for him. He really knows his stuff for sure. Let's see. And yeah, I think that's good enough. We are not re-rolling that. I take that as a result. You complete the work perfectly and the supervisor pays you +2 scrap. I take that. So, wow. So cool, Frank. Nicely done. 2 more scrap. Now we are talking. Okay, that was the location phase. Let's move to the laugh and chuckle phase. Oh, that's a red one. That's the first red one we have. Okay, again, the thing kicks in Mary. Was there one? I think not, actually. And nope, I quickly checked them all. None of them says Mary. That's something. Otherwise, we really would have gained a lot more of those wanted tokens. I need to get rid of some of those. And then we are also spawning some more scrap. And the red card comes with 3. 1 goes to 1. So now we do have some of those which have more. 1 goes to 11. I really have a hard time finding. Oh, here it is. And the last one goes to 21, which also sounds very familiar. Oh, that's this one here. Oh, there are 3 scrap tokens there. Are there 3 scrap tokens or was this the one? No, this was the 1 token I think I spent for Nada's glasses. No, I think this should be 2. This should be 2. We are good. But that's basically it. And then we have our charity drive. Today sees the start of the annual LA Charity Drive, where incentives will be offered to those willing to donate to worthy causes. The initiative began almost a decade ago, and all the money raised goes directly to those in need in the city. Last year saw the biggest collective donation yet. Will this year top it? Players may collectively pay 6 to reduce the clock by 1. I don't have 6, so this, but to reduce the clock. Wow, so I was, when I saw this, I thought, okay, we are paying and then if we are not paying, we are losing an hour. But that's not what this says, right? To reduce the clock. Reduce goes down. I was so sure that those red cards would simply be terrible, but they're not, actually. Because only 3 red cards or so have been shuffled into the deck here. Nice. But that's basically it for today. So I was able to play 3 full rounds in this video, so I think I can keep up that pace. And again, so far I really do like what I'm seeing. Again, despite some of the rule ambiguities, at least on some of the cards. Again, the rules per se are relatively clear. Maybe again it's only me, but so far again I really do enjoy the writing. We were able to figure out that one of our characters is actually a human player, which is definitely a comfort. And then yeah, let's see how things go. And before I close today's video, huge shout out to all of my patrons and channel members out there. You guys are truly amazing. If you want to support the show, you can find me on Patreon, you can join me here on YouTube, you can leave a little donation in form of a little thanks button down there. And yeah, like and subscribe, leave a comment, this also greatly helps the channel. And yeah, with that being said, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos, and until then, bye bye.